Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to an afternoon vlog somewhere that we're classing as a secret location. We're not going to give out too much information. Those of you who know, let's put it that way. We're in a wooded area. I'm not even going to turn around and say the county. You can all work it out from yourselves. It's probably the best way, to be honest with you. Adventures of Paul with me again. This is going to be one heck of an explore. We didn't even know whether we'd get access to it or whether we'd be chased off by someone else. We're surrounded by a farm area, but it's pretty spooky. Probably the spookiest I've done in the daytime ever. The place itself looks very sketchy and unsafe, but let's go and do this. So what you see in front of us there, we've actually cut back all the weeds. They were near enough the height of that roof. We've used the bits of wood that we found and just chopped away at them, and that is our way in. You will not get in through the front way, and this way you're in covertly, out of sight. Go in there, be very cautious if you are going in there, and then it is quite a fascinating place. Just look at those windows. Reminds me very much of there was a crooked man who had a crooked house. Anyway guys, see you inside. I'm going to tell you now guys, this has got to be the creepiest, spookiest place I've ever been, and this is the daytime. You've heard of the old saying there was a crooked man who had a crooked house. Well, this appears to be that house. We'll start off upstairs, make our way around very gingerly. The floors are rotten, so we won't be stepping in too far everywhere. But obviously at this level you can see there was an old fireplace there, old curtaining, a lot of old carpet, remembrance of an old bed, and there's a shutter window giving you a view outside. I don't see the point in walking across that and falling through the floorboards. I'll show you exactly why in a second. But someone's left the brush behind. Someone's obviously done a clean-up job. I would turn around and say, probably pretty convincingly, that other people have been in here and staged props. If you look at the ceiling just above us. Because, if you look in here, we have, this wardrobe was probably here, the bed was probably here, but those ain't pillars, they're cushions from probably a sofa, which is probably piled up downstairs, and obviously the coat and wellies have been planted there as well. I think I'll have to change the batteries at some point on possibly the camera or the phone, because it's starting to flicker a little bit, or maybe it's just not comfortable with the light. I don't think there's anything in the cupboards at all. A chest of drawers there. Yeah, bare cupboards as expected. Moss, damp. But it's a great find. We're classing it as a secret location. I'm not going to turn around and say where we are. It's one of those, if you know, you know. You would know exactly where we are. It's been given a few different names over the years. Handbag, wood house, the button house, etc. Yeah, could have been original, but I think more likely someone's old and placed it there. But it just adds to the ambience of the place. It's certainly got them creepy vibes. We've had to make our way through a wooded area to get to it, and climb down adjacent to that down there. This room I will not be going in. You can hear the floor creaking a bit, because that would be completely disastrous to even attempt walking in there. Paul is currently up on a 3rd level. He's got some balls, that's for sure. And there is a staircase leading up. That's where Paul is. You can see his legs there. There's another staircase going down there, but that finishes abruptly after about 5 steps. So Paul will make his way down now, and I'll just stick my head up there. Old style door handles and locks. They still work. I'll turn around and say this was turn of the century, and then Maybe they added a few things. You'll see why when you see the kitchen area downstairs. So this is your 3rd floor. You've actually got the roof growing through it. It looks sturdy enough. Maybe I should just have a little browse. Not at all comfortable with this, to be honest with you guys, but you can see the cracks on the wall. It's like anything, I guess. At some point something's going to go. Yeah, as I said, the place is rotten as a pear. There's no salvaging. There's going to be no rescuing of this place at all. It's long gone beyond repair, should I say. One of these days I'll actually spit my words out properly. But this would have been kind of attic-y in space. Dare say now it's just more a haven for wildlife. You hear, I believe that's a pheasant in the distance. They'd all freak you out at night as well. Again, old style door handles. Don't know much about the history of this, guys. Don't know who lived here, how long ago they left. I don't believe they perished. I just think it's gone beyond its use date. Modern technology took over and it just wasn't viable to stay here anymore. I mean, look at that roof. It's ridiculous. And then you look outside, other bits where roofs have collapsed in, different buildings, barns, etc. I'll make my way gingerly back down now. I will turn around and tell you guys that this place does have a cellar. So, those of you with the creepy vibes, right, let's make our way downstairs, get to a more secure ground level. Hope you're enjoying this, guys. After all the stuff we've been doing at night recently, it certainly makes a difference to come out during the day, and yet it's just as spooky. Very old door there. We certainly didn't make our way in through that way. I'll show you our way in later. Paul's in the other room, so I'll go in here. Earliest marker I can see from this is that turns around and says 2001, so that's what, 22 years ago. This is what I turned around and said. People called it the Button House. I honestly haven't got a clue. Old cupboards, old drawers. Looks like a electric blanket, I'd say. Very old fireplace. So there would not have been your general heating. Old sofas. There's a coil off an oven by the looks of it. And people, I'd say, have been sleeping rough, unless they were just moving the stuff out gradually. Someone's obviously had a beer. That's modern. That's people who've come in here to have like a little party. That there is your cellar. Actually, let's go down in the cellar now. Let's get the cellar out of the way. So it's concrete steps, so they are more secure than anything else. Remind you of anything that Joseph Fritzl kept his daughter in a cellar for ages. Got all these old bottles. They look like old HP sauce bottles, wine bottles, etc. Bricked up at the bottom here. Very musky smell. Solid old beam though. Then you have a selection of bottles there. They look like medicine bottles at the front. I know someone would be interested in collecting them, but I'm not going to touch them. That's here for other people. There's not much in the cellar, but if you're easily spooked by things like that, then this probably isn't the place to come. As I make my way back up. I'll make my way back round to the, what I'll guess would have been the lounge. That's the stairs we come down. This I'm saying was probably a lounge area. Again, old sofas. Look at that gap. All that masonry ready to bow in at some point. Some sort of heating lamps, decorating table. I think this place is well beyond that. Wallpaper peeling. So I'm in that crooked house. Look at the way that's bent. Never had sofa. More, as I said, people could have been sleeping rough. And these are the sort of bits that are on the bed. These sofa bits with a red cushion. There you go, see down there. That's why I'm saying it's been staged upstairs. You have, that is a seriously old iron. The old coil on that, the ironing board, old fireplace, old sweeper, old scales. I'm not going to step on those. I believe that might have had a singer on it, the old sewing machine. Not seen any sight of it around. And maybe that goes in amongst the idea of it being a button house. Some cabinets, etc. They said what we generally do is we come round here, people come round and they take photographs, we film. So it had a phone line. That's a phone line cable. Some serious bugs down there. Are they cave spiders again? Yeah. Oh, they're false black widows. That is your false black widow down there. Actually, no. They're bees. They're wolf bees. You've got spiders in amongst them, but they're what they call wolf bees. They live in the ground. So someone's got a home here. I'll go into the kitchen area now. Paul looks as if he's off down to enjoy the cellar. Look at that for an old cooker. Seriously old, even got the old pans in it. I think Mr. Muscle need to be get out on that. Grill on the top. Belling. Wouldn't even know if that make exists anymore. Baking trays, etc. Electric points. That I believe is an old bread oven. So that would have predated all this. Maybe this is older. This could be 1800s. Because they would have put bread, pastries, even cooked poultry and meat in there. You just stoke it up, get it going, and it slowly cooks away. A few old knickknacks on shelves. Dulux paint still going strong. Spatula. Whisk. Wooden spoon. Look at all that masonry. That's because this is all falling in on this point. That is a very old sink. And what that is, I haven't got a clue. Sorry guys. Is it a washer? Oh, you've got an old glass there, a couple of old plates. Little old pan at the top there. Really is quirky. Look at that door. Seriously old door. Old electrics. People love looking at electric boxes. Fuses, etc. And then these. Sad that it's all left behind, but I guess whoever it is now living in another accommodation. That's my own theory on it. You can't have that everybody just dies everywhere. That's too horrific and morbid, to be honest with you. But yeah, that is pretty much, see, there you go. You'd put your wood, I think if I'm right, you put your wood etc in there to burn, and it rises through that and cooks whatever's in there. Could be totally wrong. This is how we got in, guys. As this is looks like a fucking acid, sorry about the swear, it looks like an acid bath. But yeah, as you know, I don't usually swear, but I'll give it an exception to the rule for this. This is how we made our way in, through the woods, and there's just this open bit here. Not much in this barn area here. Outhouse bit. TV aerial maybe. Let's have a look anyway. Yeah. Got air conditioning. Some shelving. Oh, I've seen this before. Now, I'm going to go and do something now and see if this fits the bill of what it would have been. Okay, it's not going to be, what earth is that? Man jam by the looks of it. But it's not going to be salt and pepper of that side, although that is a vinegar bottle. They're too big. Could be egg cupish. See, they fit, that fits perfectly. So if there's another one of those, it could be that. I found those in the kitchen area. So someone else who comes in here can have a toy around and see what they reckon. There's an old clock down here as well. It's right twice a day, every day. Well, we done it, guys. It was absolutely brilliant. What did you think of that, Paul?
Yeah.
Probably
10 out
probably the
10.
best I think we've ever done. It's not in our area. Had to travel a little bit, not too far, but what we found, what we hope we've delivered on screen for you guys should be exceptional. A lot of people take photographs, but we do it more of a vlog, a video, etc. It just captures it in a slightly different way. So with that being that, it's been good fun. I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you in the movies. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Bye for now.